Alright y'all, lesson 32, writing and solving proportions. Today you're going to find the missing value to make proportions equivalent. Proportion, remember, proportion just means that it is two unlike units on top of each other. Miles per hour, feet per second, cups per cookie. So proportion, an equation that states two ratios are equal. Proportion, equal. To solve these, we're going to cross multiply and divide. So I'm kind of jumping a little ahead on that. But that's because we've already worked with this. We can do this. So to solve proportions, we cross multiply, then divide. So example 1. We're going to solve this proportion. 5 over 6 equals x over 18. Now some of you are sitting there and you're saying, all right, hey, 6 goes into 18 3 times, 5 times 3, boom, gives me my value. And you're not wrong. But I want us to cross multiply and divide. And when we do that, it's also known as the butterfly method. Butterfly method. Cross multiply. So cross. So that's where we're going. We're going to cross multiply and then divide. So we take 5 times 18. Keep your equal sign because it's in both. Equals 6 times x. Well, that's just 6x. 5 times 18. That's 90. So 90 equals 6x. And then divide. So here's my cross multiply. And now divide. So we divide by 6, divide by 6, and we come out to x equals 15. Cross multiply, then divide. Cross multiply, then divide. That is how we solve proportions. So let's do another example of it. Make sure we get nice and practiced. So our first step, cross multiply. Then we divide. So cross multiply. I've got x and 10 equals 12 times negative 2. So I get 10x. Remember, whenever we multiply, we usually want to put that coefficient first. We want to put that number in front of our x. Bring down the equal sign, negative 24. And now we divide. We divide by the coefficient, the number in front of the x. Divide by 10. X equals, put that in your calculator. 10 doesn't go in there evenly. So we're going to say, all right, x equals negative 2.4. And it is perfectly fine to get a decimal. It's perfectly fine to get a negative answer. Proportions aren't always going to work out beautifully and perfectly. We're going to get decimal answers. We're going to get repeating decimals. We're going to get negatives. That's okay. Solve it this way. Cross multiply, then divide. Cross multiply, then divide. We got one last example. Word problem. Let's break it down. Every day, an elephant eats 5 pounds of food for every 100 pounds of its body weight. How much food does a 9,300 pound elephant eat? Our first step here is let's identify the important parts. Well, eats 5 pounds for every 100 pounds of its body. So, and I'm even going to go a little farther and say pounds of food. How much food does a 9,300 pound elephant eat? So I want to know how much food it eats. So we have to set this up as a proportion. So we need to set up the proportions. In order to do that, we analyze the information that's given to us. Meaning, eats 5 pounds of food. So I'm going to put food on top and then weight on bottom. And then I've got weight and food. I'm looking for food. So if it says how much food, that's going to be my X. It's what you're trying to find. So 5 pounds of food. So 5 food. Over 100 pounds of weight. So 100 weight. Equals, because these are proportionate. How much food? So X over 9,300 weight. And now we cross multiply that butterfly and then divide. So over here, I'm just going to bring it up here, guys. 5 times 9,300, and we can just write the numbers now, equals 100 times X. 5 times 9,300, Mr. Minta, that's a big old number. Yes, it is. That's why we have these calculators. I'm fine with you using a calculator. So we get 46,000 and 500 equals 100x. So there's my cross multiply. Now divide. Five equals x. So I found x. Now finish the problem. Answer the problem. A 9,300 pound elephant eats 465 pounds of food per day. That's it, y'all. Go ahead and get that Delta Math assignment done.